Fam, first Friday on a Friday night. Now I'm gonna get right into my topic on tonight, and that is investing in your own family. Yes, oftentimes we invest our money into the stock market. We may invest our money into other things, but we should be actually investing money in our own family and doing something with that money, putting that money together collectively, and then going out and actually doing something with the actual money. So when I talk about investing into your family, I'm talking about basically you putting together possibly a bank account with your family members, and then you guys continuously putting money into that bank account and actually letting it grow. And then as you continue to let this money grow, you can take that money that you guys are growing and you can actually invest it into a business that you guys may be actually thinking about doing together or working as a family with, or even investing into actually buying homes and buying some homes, buying some properties and renting those properties out. So this way, this will bring money back into your actual family, and then this will help you out so that nobody in your family is basically doing without or is possibly lacking in any type of way financially. So this is why I say this. Then now looking at some numbers about this, most families, it really depends on the people, how big your family is or how big your family isn't. But I just did these numbers based on people being in your family and possibly being a family of 24. So if you had a family of 24, and let's just say that you all gave $100 each month to put into the family business. Now, if you guys did that for a month, you would get $2,400. Now, if you guys did that for a whole year, you will have $28,800 in your actual account. Now, this is good enough money for you to put a down payment on some properties, or for you guys to actually work together and start some type of business that you guys can actually run together as an actual family, or maybe just put towards a family reunion or whatever it may be that you and your family members actually want to do together. So this is a good price and this is good money for you guys to all do something together with. Now, that all sounds good and dandy, but definitely what you would need to do if you decide to do this or something like this is you need to actually establish some rules and regulations. If people are putting their money into this in your family, then they're going to question things, and they're going to be some things that they're going to want to talk about and discuss. And if somebody just is putting the money in and they feel like somebody else is doing other things with the money that they shouldn't be doing, then there will be problems and there will be some issues. But some things that can help you out is by you actually establishing some rules. So you can think about your own rules for your own personal family, but here are some ones that maybe can help you out. Number one, I think you should make sure, because even though you may have a lot of family members, if there's people who are little kids, they don't have any way to actually make money at this time unless their parents are actually giving them the money. Or I could be wrong, some of them got YouTube pages and other ways that they can actually make money. But in most cases, kids won't be able to do so. So I think one of the rules should definitely be that everybody 18 and above should be actually putting into this. So if a person is 18 and above, they should be actually putting in to the family account or investing into the family. And if they don't have a job, let's say for whatever reason they're not working, then this should be something that the family notes down or takes down. But if they are working and they are above 18, then they should actually be putting into the actual family investment. Then also, speaking of people possibly not working, people should be able to get loans through the actual family. So meaning, hey, you want to start a business on your own, or you are going through some issues, you just lost your job, you need some money to get back on your feet, I believe that the family should be able to actually lend money to you from the actual account. But I think there should be some stipulations to that. Basically, the same way when you get a loan from anywhere else, you have to actually pay interest on that actual loan. So if you were to borrow money from the family's account, you should have to pay interest on whatever it is you actually are borrowing from the family. Now, in terms of who would actually be the people who say, hey, this person should be allowed to actually get or borrow money from the family, I think this is where you should establish trustees. For those of you who have been in churches that have trustees, they basically watch over the money and make sure that the money is being spent in the right and the correct way. Or even if you maybe have a trust, the trustee will be the person that dictates how the money is spent and making sure that it goes out and it's done in a way that the person that's over the trust, all his wishes or her wishes are met and done. So in the same sense with your family, you can have different people, and I think it should definitely be a group that always makes up an odd number, so that if they need to vote on something, then there will be an outcome. So in instances where maybe you have a cousin or relative that keeps on borrowing money each and every time, or he hasn't paid back money, or he hasn't put into the pot in a long time, he or she, then there may be some reasons why you guys may not want to lend to this actual person. Or you just, in every family, there's some people who have issues or have some problems. So in certain instances like that, and you guys aren't too sure whether or not you should help this person out, this is where the trustees can actually go in and they could take a vote whether or not they help them out or not, or if they choose not to actually help them out. So this is why the group should be an odd number, so that there can be an outcome. So if it's 5 people, if it's 7 people, at least when they all vote, then basically you will have a majority that actually rules, and so that way you can actually solve the issue. Because if you don't have it like that, oftentimes maybe somebody in the family may be a little bit more favored than others, and you do always have family issues, so maybe some people may side with them and others may not. But if you have a group that actually governs this, then it makes things much more easier. Alright, so one of the hardest things about actually doing this, and some obstacles that will come in your way, number one will be different viewpoints. You and your family members, you guys may get along and things like that, and even with some that you don't get along with, you all have different viewpoints. So this will definitely be an issue. Some of you may think that you guys should invest in a donut shop, and others of you may be like, nah, I don't see any green in investing in a donut shop. Or some of you may want to invest in doing some type of thing with a beauty salon or a barbershop. Basically, you all can have different views of how you guys can invest the money or use the money to do certain things. So this will come in to play, and you guys may have some issues about that. Another thing that will come into play is being able to actually trust the people in your family to do what they say they're going to actually do. Not even just your family, but even when you're doing stuff with friends or just anybody in general. Oftentimes, the issues that people have is being able to actually trust each other. So if we say we're going to put in this amount, or we're going to do this or do that, and somebody else basically doesn't keep their word to what they're actually saying. So this can definitely come up and may cause some issues, but you should be able to actually work these things out if you do have somebody that you don't actually trust, or you don't think they're going to actually do it. Then also, I mentioned about $100 and how much you can actually save off $100. So money may actually be a factor as well. Maybe everybody can't do $100, but I think as a family you can maybe even start off as low as doing $20 and making kind of like a 5-year plan. So maybe you start at 20, and then the next year you go up to 40, and then the next year you go up to 60, and then the next year you go up to 80, and finally you go up to 100. Now, if you did do that and you followed that pathway, if you started with $20, everybody put in $20 a month into the account, then you'll end up with $5,760. Not a whole lot, but it is something that you can do some stuff with. If you did 40, then you guys will have $11,520 in that account. Now, if you did 60, you will have $17,280, and then if you did 80, you guys would have $23,040. So this will be definitely, if you're hitting the 40s, the 60s, and the 80s, you definitely will have enough money to put a down payment on some type of property, or to do something else with that money where it can actually help your actual family out. So it's good that you guys actually work out your differences, and hopefully you can actually start building money together. Okay, so lastly, a family reunion would definitely be a good time to actually talk about this and actually have a discussion about this and kind of break it down to your different family members as far as how we can all come together and put into a account and actually start using that money from that account to actually invest, and so that we have money coming in through our actual family. And by this money coming in through our actual family, we'll be able to continue the family reunions. We'll be able to continue to actually help those in our family who may be struggling and may be going through some issues and problems in life and need a helping hand to actually get back up. And then that way too, they won't be going to other members in the family begging and asking for money, and then possibly that family member giving them money, and then them and that family member falling out because they can't actually pay them back. So if it's coming through the family and everybody's put into it, and you guys have written up reasons why you should get a loan from the family or get helped out from the family, then it doesn't hurt one member in the family's pockets severely, and then this person doesn't feel as bad if maybe they're not able to pay the money back or something like that. Then the family can go ahead and forgive them and move on, and there won't be any bad issues with these family members where they can't come together for Christmas or Thanksgiving because, oh, so-and-so owe me, and when I see them, I'm gonna knock their head off. Things like that. That could just be my family, but I'm pretty sure it's in other people's families as well. But also too, one of the good things with to help this thing to actually work as well too would be for you guys to actually have a family meeting every month where you guys discuss what's going on, how much money is in the pot, who didn't put in possibly into the pot that was supposed to, so, and then just other ideas that you guys may actually have. Now, the way that this can actually be done, because if you're in a big family, you guys probably live in different states, live in different parts of the city, people are probably working and things like that. You can do it, I would say, through Zoom, because Zoom, everybody could just tune in, so they could be in different states, different areas, and they could tune in and actually listen in. And then also too, if they're working for whatever reason, they can't make the meeting, you guys can actually record it and send it out to them so that they know what's actually going on and what's actually happening. And by you guys meeting monthly, this will actually bring the bond of your family actually even closer, because now you're actually getting to see the people in your family, and you're actually getting to know what's actually going on with them possibly. And then this will just help to build that bond that you guys maybe had when you were younger with each other, playing toys with each other, watching TV, enjoying playing cards, spades, and other things together. This will help to actually bring you guys actually closer to one another once again, because you'll actually be seeing each other's faces, even if it's from the screen and the computer. It's still you actually seeing them and being able to connect with them. And then this will be a good time for people to actually mention, hey, I'm going through this issue, or I'm going through this problem. And you know, sometimes your family members just may not need anything financially, but they may need someone to actually talk to help them out with a situation that they may be facing or that they may be dealing with at that particular time. So this is why monthly meetings will actually be good and helpful to your family members, and you guys figuring out a way how you guys can actually invest into something. Now, lastly, I would definitely say too that making sure the people that you guys decide who are the I guess the trustees or the leaders in terms of making decisions. I was saying that, you know, sometimes you have people that have different views and stuff like that, but I think you can always put the trust into these people, or make it where everybody gets to vote and the majority rules. So basically, if everybody votes in a different way than how other people feel, there won't be any hard feelings because the majority of the people voted. So if it was going back to the scenario of terms of what you guys want to invest in, if everybody voted in a certain way, then basically that person or that vote would actually stand. So therefore there shouldn't be any issues because the family decided it, and it wasn't just based because somebody else felt that they were smarter than everybody else, or felt like it was their way or the highway. But this has been another Film First Friday. Alright, so I won't do any picks on this weekend because I still don't know what actual games may be going on based on the tournaments. That's why I'm going to be watching the championship week. So watching the Big Ten, the SEC, the Big 12, and the ACC. And then even some of the other, the Big East championship. So with that being said, those should be some games to actually watch out for this weekend. And since it's a tournament, I don't know who's going to be in there all the way yet, so I can't tell you any games to actually watch. But have a nice weekend, and as always, families are like branches. We grow apart, but together we stand out.